So if you're someone that's just finished university and you haven't got a job and you're thinking about how to make your first 10K online, listen to this. I was just like you a very long time ago. I finished my university studies. I was looking for a job. It took about 7 months or so, but if I knew what I knew today, maybe I would have went into a job. Do you want to make your first 10K? If I was starting again today in business, there's so many avenues that you can go down. You see all these videos online, everyone's talking about a different hustle, whether it's, well, right now it's all about AI, but there's so many other things. It's e-commerce, it's trading, it's property, it's all sorts of things. If it was me that was starting again, let me tell you exactly what I would do to make my first 10K. If you're fresh out of university, like I was a very long time ago, this is exactly what I'll do to make my first 10K. When I made my first 10K, I didn't have access to AI and a lot of the things that we have access to today. I decided to look at different industries and understand what service can I provide people in exchange for a fee. I went down the brokering route. I found somebody that was selling something on one end, then I went to the other side and I found a buyer that wanted to buy that exact same thing, and I brokered a deal in exchange for a fee. The beauty of doing business, if you can make a seller or a buyer's life a lot easier and you can play the middleman and provide comfort on both sides, they will pay you in fee in exchange for a successful transaction. Whether that be property, finance, consumer goods, regardless of the industry, you can always make a fee as a middleman. And the beauty of it, you don't need to have any startup capital. All you need to do is understand the market, do a lot of research, speak to people, go to free events where you can meet others within the same industry and try and understand the industry really well. So when you sit in front of the seller or the buyer, you know exactly what you're speaking about. Don't lie, don't try to pretend like you've done all these multi-million-pound deals and just make up all of this sort of stuff that people tend to do. Just be honest. Now, I'm not telling you what industry to get into. When I done it, I tried all sorts of things. I actually set up a company which was a consultancy business, and I was involved in property, finance, and trying to broker deals with people that own factories for consumer goods. I was a bit all over the place, I'll be honest with you. I don't recommend you do the exact same thing that I done. If I was doing it today, I would pick one industry and I would go all in. I will squeeze the life out of it. I will make the best contacts. I will get direct to either the buyers or the sellers, so at least that way I can control one side. The last thing you want to do if you're playing the role of a middleman is to be stuck in a chain of multiple people. That's the quickest way to not closing your first deal. I've been there. Take it from me. For example, I knew one gentleman that owned a commercial property in London and he was trying to sell it. On the other hand, I knew somebody else that wanted to buy the property. But the first time, I wasn't direct to the buyer. I was going through an intermediary and they made me believe that they were direct to the person that wants to purchase. Little did I know, that person was speaking to somebody else that was speaking to the buyer. So when it came down to agreeing terms and trying to decide what our fee would be, the people on the buyer side weren't too happy about what they were going to make. So in that case, they completely fumbled the deal. And that only happens when you're not speaking direct. If you're going to be doing business and you're going to start off with brokering, it's very important for you to be either direct to the seller or direct to the buyer. If you're direct to both, it's even better. So at least that way you control the conversation. But if you're not direct to both, at least be speaking to the person that's speaking directly to the buyer. And if they're comfortable and they're genuinely in that position where they're getting a retainer from their buyer, they'll be more than happy to allow you to speak directly with their buyer. Now that's just one example. There's so many ways you can make your first 10K today. Looking at online businesses. Right now, I operate in the creator space. I own an agency. We work with all sorts of brands. We help them to launch. We help them to raise funding. We run digital marketing for them, ads, emails, content, website, the full lot. If I was starting off, even in this space, I would learn a digital skill. And there's so much you can learn online. There's so many YouTube videos you can watch. You're gonna kiss a lot of frogs. You're gonna go through a lot of shit before you get to the real good content from genuine people that are giving away real value. But you will come across people that are sharing the actual skills, how to build or how to do paid ads, how to build a website, how to run email marketing, and you can start practicing yourself. Especially now you have things like AI. If you learn how to utilize AI, you can fast track, you can build digital products. There's so much you can do. But going back to my point, you can learn a skill and you can offer that service to a company in exchange for a fee. In the beginning, you may not be as confident. I started there. People might say it's not good to volunteer. I started off saying to people, look, you know what? I've seen what you're doing here with your paid ads. I can see what creatives you're running. How profitable is it for you? If it's not profitable, let me come in, let me run the service for you. Don't pay me a fee. I'll do it 100% on performance. Now, somebody will say, what's the point of doing that? You're not getting paid. But that was my way of gaining more experience, getting a bit of skin in the game. And because I'm not not charging a fee to the client, they gave me a bit of grace. They were patient with me. As long as I was willing to learn, and if I didn't get it right, go back in there, try and fix it, and communicate, not lie to them, be honest with them, be transparent with them. Eventually, you start to get better. Eventually, that person will pay you something. It's not hard to learn a skill. The same with email marketing. All you really have to do is understand segmentation, sequencing, a bit of graphic design. The advantage you have now, you have AI. AI can help you in a lot of ways with creating designs for new emails. You can even find somebody on Fiverr that you can pay to create designs for you. You can operate the actual platform for the email. For example, if you're using Klaviyo, there's so many videos online from people that can teach you the basics of running a Klaviyo account. There's so many ways you can make 10K. You can do website design, email marketing, paid ads. You can manage somebody's social media account. As long as you can sell your services and you can convince somebody to give you an opportunity and a chance to provide a service in exchange for a fee, it's very easy for you to make your first 10K. I met this young guy. He approached me through social media, asking me if I wanted to buy his digital product. What was his product? He was selling AI prompts. He took his time to study AI prompts and started to sell it as a digital product. I think it was like 20 or 25 pounds. But he was creating content every single day on his page. He was using an automation. If you commented a specific word, he will send you the link and you can buy his prompts. He was sending traffic to that landing page and making money. He was young, only 18, but making 10K per month. I'm sure he's making a lot more now. That's just one of many examples. This is what I would recommend to get your first 10K month. Right now, AI is a hot topic. And I know you see a lot of content out there. It can be overwhelming. Everybody's saying this about AI and that about AI. It's gonna take a job and they're making you fearful. But the truth is, AI is a huge opportunity. There's companies out there that have people that are running their social media, they're generating leads for them, they're providing a service, and you can use AI to systemize the process within their business to get the exact same results, a lot faster. But this is what I would do. I would look at a business, let's say a property company. What's their sales cycle like? What's their sales process like? And how can I use AI to optimize and to automate it and make it a lot faster for them? Let's talk about lead generation and AI. Before, when I first started, I used to cold call a lot of people. I had the list, cold calling, and that can be daunting for some, like having to call people that you don't know, get rejections. After a while, you become numb to the rejection and it's a numbers game, no problem. But today, with the help of AI, you can create AI agents that can do this for you. They can scrape platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram. You can create an appointment setter agent that will reach out to people, nurture them, and set an appointment in your calendar. These are solutions you can provide to a company. What company thrives on generating leads? You can learn AI automations, you can test it yourself, you can make sure the cycle's working perfectly fine, and you can sell it to a company to help them save money and also have more time to do other things, which is closing deals. That's just one example. Another example is digital products. Right now, people are crazy about AI prompts. What's stopping you from learning AI prompts and how to get the best output by having the best sort of prompts? You can have a product that's a PDF providing top 100 prompts for a specific industry. You can create a PDF, you can have a landing page, or you can have a Stripe account. You can make content on social media for free. It just takes your time and you can drive traffic to that page to sell your product. £20, £30, £10. That's another avenue. A certain amount of sales per month, if you're creating a lot of content, you can make 10K very easily. Or you can go old school. You can approach brick and mortar businesses, companies in your local area that are not using social media, that are not on Google, that are not building any online presence. And you can tell them, look, I can do a deal with you. Right now, you're an established company, you get people coming through the door, but imagine if you had a presence online. Imagine if you were able to create content. Imagine if we were able to help you go viral on a platform like TikTok. I know a lot of people are doing that, but you can still make money from these things. There's a lot of businesses out there that don't have a presence online. And it could be for the simplest reason. They're just not aware. They don't know the impact, the advantage of being on social media. You can provide that service. You can get one client, 2 clients, 3, 4, 10 people paying you a monthly retainer. It will be a lot of work, but if you're really hungry and you want to make your first 10K, you can do it. These are just a few examples of the things you can do to make your first 10K, whether it's online, whether it's offline. As long as you have a drive and you're open to learning a new skill, there's nothing you can't do. There's always somebody out there that's prepared to pay a fee for someone that can make their life a lot easier. I pay for it. Some of my friends pay for it. I know so many companies today that will pay for someone that can provide value and make their life easier. If you're still here at the end of this video, it means you're serious about making your first 10K online. I'm not here to sell you anything, unfortunately. But what I will say is, you want to get more tips on business, generated income, how to get sales, how to onboard new clients, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. If you go to my social media, I'm sharing tips, tools, and strategies on how to grow in different industries. Peace.